Huh? What now?
The pocket knife cover! That's the proof you're looking for!
That a fact?
What's the shakova got to do with anything?
Earlier, Lindsay was the one who talked about the cover, which is how we knew what the weapon was. So if Lindsay still has the cover, it means the weapon is still unsheathed! Which is why I want Duncan to show us his pocket knife. Right now!
Well, you see, it's a funny story, you know.
Just to be clear, claiming that you lost it won't be an acceptable excuse. Although, I think we all know that your cooperation doesn't really matter by now.
Son of a bitch! I don't have my knife on me right now, alright? It ain't here. I really don't know what you jackasses want me to say.
What the fuck? You don't know what to say? Just confess already! I've been holding a mega piss since last episode!
Oh, come on, that's gross, man. Hey, anyone want to switch seats with me?
Huh, I will.
Not you, stupid.
You don't have your knife, huh, Duncan? Remember, it'll be a majority vote to decide who's guilty.
Shut up!
Here's what we're gonna do, dude. I'll go over this case one more time, and we'll see if you change your tune. Time to put this case to rest. I think this is like the fourth time now that I've claimed the trial's over. Funny how things work out, huh? Well, this is where I finally put all the mysteries into place. The closing argument starts now. Here's everything that happened in this case. This double homicide ordeal began last night at around 11:40 when our culprit was in the gym. They had been training with Harold for most of the night until Harold decided to leave at 11:40 and head for the library. This was the moment the ball started rolling as the killer gave Harold a certain item. The item in question? A note intended for Trent that would tell him to meet with the culprit. Once Harold had left, the killer most likely waited a few minutes before heading to the meeting place, the pool. Since Harold had stayed in the library, it took a little while. However, eventually, he left the library and headed for the dorm area with the note in hand. Not wasting any more time, Harold quickly pushed the letter through Trent's door and ran, which was witnessed by Scarlett. Hearing someone at the door, Trent was probably confused when he found the addressed note to him. The note told him to go straight to the pool and to bring his guitar. Had he just ignored it, Trent could have still been with us. Trent would have soon arrived at the pool area, finding himself alone with the culprit who was already there. With everything set up, the culprit could finally enact the bulk of their plan. The killer took Trent's guitar and bashed it over his head, making the guitar shatter into pieces. The culprit could have just left it there, but instead decided to take another step. Using a specific weapon, a pocket knife, they cut the strings from the smashed pieces of the guitar neck and finally finished Trent off, using the strings to strangle him to death. Trent may have been dead, and yet our killer wasn't finished yet. For some reason that we don't know all the facts, Dawn must have shown up at the pool. We can only assume she witnessed the killer hanging around Trent's corpse, and so the killer had to make sure she didn't talk, so he silenced her by using the pocket knife to cut her throat. By now, the killer must have been a little on edge, as they probably didn't plan on killing two people. Using a mop found in the pool storage room, the culprit cleaned up the blood that would have been sprayed from Dawn's cut. Once cleaned, the killer enacted one final part of their crime by dumping Dawn's corpse and the blood-soaked mop into the storage room. The job was finally done. Two people were killed in a single night, all taken care of through the deception of one man. Isn't that right, Duncan Dirk? That's gotta be how this case plays out. No doubt about it. I'm certain that no stone has been left unturned.
Nicely done, Toffer. You found your resolve, just as you did during Ezekiel's trial. As for you, Duncan, I believe this is the end of your road. Wouldn't you agree?
Smug bastards. Bet there isn't anything I can say at this point. You've all made up your minds. Well, at the very least. Pretty damn accurate retelling, Toph.
An accurate retelling? Does that mean you're finally ready to
Hold on a second! Wait just a second, Missy. As if I'd let a big reveal happen after all this time. After all, plain confession is just plain boring. If you think you know the culprit, then I guess that means it's voting time. Just like last time, please use the consoles attached to your podiums to vote for who you believe the culprit is. And remember, be triple sure to vote for someone. Wouldn't want to see that happen if you don't. Ooh, I can't wait. Sitting here in silence for multiple episodes sure is boring. Now then, who will be chosen as the Blackened? Will you make the right choice or the dreadfully wrong one? Well, would you look at that? You guessed correctly again. The double murdering maniac who killed both Trent Cooper and Don Dwyer was indeed Mr. Duncan Dirk himself. What a devious little scamp. He got real greedy.
Damn. So it's true, huh? You seriously did it, Duncan.
No point in denying it now, huh? Yeah? Yeah, that's right. I did it! I killed them. Both.
Utterly unacceptable. What have you got to say for yourself?
What have I got to say? Would have gotten away with it if not for that fucking dork Don! That, and had my big mouth not ratted me out near the end.
You could at least be a little more respectful about it. You remember what happens when you're voted guilty, don't you?
You're gonna get painfully executed in case you forgot. Like absolutely brutal. Just totally decimated. Fucking fodderized.
I get the idea, man. Shut up.
Obviously, you didn't get the idea. Otherwise, you wouldn't be here. That motive must have really got to you, huh, Bruiser? I mean, who could have possibly guessed that the ultimate thief had skeletons in his closet?
Amy? Normally you being frankly a bitch is a given, but can we maybe hear Duncan out first?
Huh? Fuck you too, Topher!
He's right, Amy. I wanna know why, Duncan. Why'd you do it? We were finally starting to become friends after all this time. So why would you do something so horrible? Please make me understand. You killed not one, but two of our friends, and even used me to set it all up. What went wrong? Did my bromance mean nothing to you, man?
Answer the guy, Duncan! You owe us an explanation! Why'd you resort to murder?
Guess Mr. Too Cold to Care is all shut up. Using one of your new bros as a pawn for homicide? Dude, that's out of order, eh?
You want to hear some truth, huh?
Huh?
Then fine. Open your ears and listen closely. I wanted to live! I'm in too deep with this shit! I've done things that none of you would ever forgive if you ever found out the details. The motive about the secret didn't matter. I killed those two because I had no choice.
No other choice? What are you yapping about? You actively lured Trent to his death. This wasn't an act of self-defense.
No shit. I planned to murder Trent's ass since the new motives went out. I ain't denying it. It was nothing personal. I just couldn't stand that fucker's attitude.
But Trent never had an attitude. He was one of the nicest here. He never had anything bad to say. He was good at guitar, kinda cute. He didn't deserve this.
Yeah, he seriously had my back for the last few weeks. Wait, Lindsay, did you just say kinda cute?
Nope. Must have been the wind.
Guys, could we get back on topic? I mean, I'm a little curious. If Monokuma's motive didn't matter, then... Duncan, what was the real reason behind all this? You might as well tell us. You're gonna die anyway.
You won't like it, that's for sure.
Huh. This emotionally charged convo seems to be going in circles. Now, what could I do to make it interesting? Oh, I got it. Here's a real doozy for you. Did you know that little Duncan went off the deep end because he was working for me?
Oh, whoa, no way!
Duncan was working for you? What's that supposed to mean? Are you implying that he knows the identity of the mastermind who's holding us all captive?
Or even worse, does this mean Duncan was in control of this twisted game the whole time?
Duncan, please, just tell us already. Not for everyone else, but for me. Am I not owed an explanation more than anyone? I put my trust in you. I deserve to know the honest truth.
I'm saying nothing.
Sounds to me like he doesn't want to talk. Thankfully, my mouth works just fine. Listen closely, boys and girls, as I tell you the tale of my favorite spy. A long, long time ago, there was a criminal by the name of Duncan. Gifted with only the stickiest of hands, there was nothing he couldn't steal. Cash, jewelry, cars, he took it all. That is, until one fine day exactly 2 years ago when he found himself in a heap of trouble. It should have been business as usual. He decided he'd pull his biggest heist yet. And the location he chose? None other than the home of the Canadian Prime Minister. Jeez, how dramatic. He got in smoothly and found a whole bunch of cash, political documents, even awards. However, what he didn't account for was that the house wasn't entirely empty. Needless to say, it didn't go to plan. For a year and a half, Duncan found himself in prison on death row. No family came to visit, no luxury, no peace. But then, a few weeks before his execution date, he received a certain visitor late one night.
What the fuck? Who the hell are you?
No need for such foul language. You are Duncan Dirk, I presume.
Depends. Who wants to know? You've got a lot of nerve busting into my cell.
If you must know, my name is Mukuro Ikasaba. Forgive the sudden intrusion. I'm a fan of your work.
My work? Guess you mean that fuck-up from last year that got me locked up, right? You know, I've said it a million times. It wasn't supposed to happen like that. I didn't want to kill anyone. Shit happens sometimes.
Really now? Well, that's disappointing. I came all the way out here from Japan to offer you salvation, but perhaps I misjudged you. I thought you had a black heart filled with despair over murdering such famous political figures in her own home. Such a shame. I suppose I'll just take my leave. Enjoy your remaining days.
Hey, hang on a second! Salvation? What the fuck does that mean? Did you come here just to bust me out of this place? Look, if you got some kind of job, I'll do anything. It's either that or I stay here and continue rotting away while waiting to die.
I see. Anything, huh? That's the sort of thing I wish to hear from you. Wise choice, Mr. Dirk. Now then, come along. I'm sure Big Sis Junko will be delighted to meet you face to face. We're going to have such fun.
And so our buddy boy Duncan had escaped his fate and found himself taken in by new owners. He enjoyed his brief freedom, but eventually had to earn his keep. And how did he do that, you ask? Well, by helping to capture 19 very talented individuals for a special game. How's that for some juicy exposition, huh?
Holy shit! Killed the Prime Minister? Death row? And 19 individuals? There was 20 of us when the game started, including Duncan. Does that mean...
Indeed, it would stand to reason that Duncan assisted the mastermind in bringing us all here.
You motherfucker! This shit is your fault!
You think I wanted any of this to happen? God has been throwing all sorts of shit at me. I admit it. Oh, I helped out some of the people in charge to get you all here, but that was it. I didn't have any kind of advantage. I didn't know how the game would play out. The only thing I had to do was give you all a push if things got slow. Had to kill and put myself on the chopping block.
Ah, now I get it. Yesterday, when Monokuma talked to me in his office, and he said he had someone helping him, he must have meant you.
This is some seriously heavy stuff, dudes. Feels like my brain is turning to mush trying to wrap my head around it all.
Damn right. This is whack. With a capital whack.
You know, this has made me so happy. Absolute despair all around. Love to see it. But you know what makes me super happy? Punishment time.
Hold it!
What's that?
If you're gonna execute Duncan, there's one thing I gotta ask. I know I'm getting all caught up on this. We only really became bros for a few days, but was everything just an act? Did you pretend to like me after our sauna thing so that you could use me?
You want a serious answer, dude? The God-honest truth, no bullshit. Yep, of course it was real. Beating your ass in the halls, sweating in the sauna, carving skulls into the toilet seats. Good times. Yep, I had fun with you, Harold. Sorry it had to end like this.
Oh, you really mean it. Thanks, bro.
Oh, and thanks for having my back during the trial. I was genuinely surprised that you went all out for me like that.
Okay. Enough with the sappy friendship. Let's move on to my favorite part of the day. I've got a very special punishment lined up for Duncan Dirk, the ultimate thief. It's sure to be a quick one.
Do your worst. Whatever happens, I already got a one-way ticket to hell.
Let's give it everything we got. It's punishment time.
Good God, wasn't that a bit much? I think I'm gonna chuck up. I closed my eyes really tightly. Was it bad?
About as bad as a guy getting crushed between two walls can be. Kinda made me think of that one scene I saw in a horror movie. What was it called? Oh yeah, Grown Ups 2. Classic Sandler moment.
Would it really be too hard to show us an ounce of maturity right now? We just watched a man who we knew get executed.
Yeah, a man who murdered two of our buddies with no remorse. A man who's one of the reasons we're in this whole damn mess. And, a little cherry on top, a man who was already sitting on death row for killing the Prime Minister.
Those may be true, but...
But what? Don't tell me you're getting all remorseful for that son of a bitch. He got what was coming to him. Justice best served squashed, or, however you phrase it.
That isn't... Monokuma forced him to kill! We can't fully blame Duncan here!
Well, that's mighty rich coming from you, Toph. After all, ain't you the one who wanted the truth and proved he was guilty? Or is my memory playing tricks on me?
Hey! I saved our lives!
I don't like the dude, but he's got a point. Sure, he was working with Monokuma, but he only reached that point because of all the stupid choices he made himself.
I guess that's true.
If your petty drama has finished, can we leave now? I've had enough murder mystery time for today.
Huh? Yeah, whatever. I got my load of fun today. My own joy mixed with your despair is such a wonderful combo. I just gotta have more. The feeling must stay, and I think I know how. Tell me, your kooky cast of characters who's a fan of the beach.
Did you just say the beach? What are you planning, Monokuma?
He mentioned the beach, but outside those doors is Tokyo. I remember it well. I took a city tour the day before I set foot on the academy premises.
You sure about that? Things change, you know.
What's that supposed to mean?
Ha! $10 says that we're gonna see a crazy party and get told that this was just a prank.
I found a half-eaten hash brownie in my pocket earlier. Will you take that as payment?
Oh, I love brownies. I can never eat too many, though. For some reason, they go right to my hips.
Good to know you're our best bet for emergency food if there's an apocalypse out there.
Hey, yap time's over. Prepare yourself, boys and girls. Time for this killing school life to become the killing school trip.
Like magic, that big door whirred into life. I could feel the ground shaking, hear the sirens blaring, and then, for the first time in, weeks, I felt it. That warm feeling of the sun on my face. Chapter 2, Faith in Trust, survived! 6 students deceased, 14 remaining.